This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, fine. Now, see, now the thing is like we are discussing on data view. So the thing is like I will be sharing this Excel here 20, almost like 20 sessions are there, which will be very useful in our real time. Okay, this will be shared. I will ask the admin to share these details. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about, so we are discussing on variables, right? So if that variables is the case, let me open the variables tab. See, this is how I will share this workspaces. Yeah, don't worry, don't think much on this. I will be explaining each and everything, and these workspaces will be shared with you. Okay, we will go one by one. See, if you want to declare any variable here at the top after JSON or after this string, we can able to we can declare that. Okay, the same thing I am doing over here as well without this, but it is not acting properly. Might be some cache issue or might be something else. Okay, so this is the thing. Let me country con. Why it is giving the error? I am not sure. Okay, comma is missing here. Yes. See, the only torture thing is here I have not kept comma. That is the reason it is showing the error somewhere else in the variables as well. And here one comma is there. Because of that, it was not worked properly. And coming to our question, see variables here I have declared after my output in the sense I'm saying, hey boss, you can execute in the form of XM, in the form of JSON or in the form of XML. So that thing I'm communicating, the meaning of that is like, okay, my output will be something like JSON or like XML. So that information we are giving. After giving the information, here it was declared variables, but in this case, see, above also I have declared. So declaration of variables has no restriction. With this, that is what we understood, right? So either above this or below this, it has to work. But the only thing is like for elements, you will be keeping a comma. And for variables, how many variables, whether it is 10 or 20 or 30 or 40, whatever is there, you should not keep comma. That is the only thing. Especially the people who are writing certification, yes, focus on that. These are something like minor things they will be giving in the examination point of view. Okay, so they will keep just a comma and they will ask like, okay, whether it executes. So now formally what we will think, okay, for every element we are keeping a comma, and what is in our mind, okay, for variables also it might be, and we will write the option accordingly, but that is wrong. It gives compilation error. Okay, comma should not be there for variables. That is what it is, the clearance is. And coming to the sheet, see, coming to the sheet, what I'm trying to say is like, okay, copy this. Okay, take one more tab. What is my vision is this, anyhow the sheet will be shared with you. Yeah, this will be shared with you, no worries. So take one more thing. What, like in one browser multiple times, if you are doing some cache issues or some problems, it may be. Okay, yeah, now here just take this one, copy this. Okay, take the JSON input here. Okay, now this is the thing output we are getting. Now logic also I have written here. See, what is the meaning of this logic? User is like, yesterday we have discussed the root element. This fellow, the user is the root element. Inside root element I am writing some attributes. I am writing. So the output will be like this. See, username, fname, lname. So if I want to add along with the along with the root element, if I want to add some attributes, then what will be, how we can write in data view? That will be the question. So any attributes can be written by keeping at the rate. At the rate. See, if you are keeping at the rate, and if you are like you are tracking fname from the payload, okay, from the payload from fname you are tracking into this fname. Lname also the same case. Capital Lname you are tracking into this small lname. Okay, and this is like a lm we are inserting into this. So this is how we will be written. The main focus or here is like at the rate indicates attribute indication. So don't confuse, like this is attribute, that's all. So let me copy this, Control C. Let me copy this and let me keep it here, and then we will see the output. Okay, so yes, now you can able to see, where is it, user? Okay, here I have keep in JSON, so that is the reason it is giving a problem. Let me keep a XML. Then yes, to the root element, not only to the root element, any element, if you want to keep any attributes, yes, with the help of at the rate you can do that. That is second case. The third case, now XML to JSON. If I want to convert XML to JSON, then see, for XML actually there is a restriction, like I need to have root element, but for converting XML to JSON, no restrictions, nothing. So yes, you can choose XML, you can keep like yes in this way, and payload. So these minor things we can practice here. That is what I'm trying to say. XML to XML. If it is like JSON, if you want to JSON, yes, this is the JSON. This is the JSON format. For this XML, this is the JSON format. Why? Because I'm keeping a payload, right? I'm keeping just a payload, and to the JSON format, in this way it will be retrieved. And the same case goes with fourth wala. So fourth. So if I want only value, like only fname, only one element value, we know that definitely we can go with that user. See, this you have to understand when you're, especially when you're converting XML into JSON, you have to understand whether you need attribute or whether you need element. If it is element, like dot user is enough. Why? Because user is a root element here, so you are taking dot user. So dot user means, for dot user, what is the value? What is the value under this element? LM is the only thing, so that LM will be displayed. See, if you are taking dot user, most of the people what they will choose is, if I'm taking like dot user, people people what they will do is like mistakenly they will choose the option like fname and lname. Okay, we will get the output as fname and lname, but we will not get. Why? Because fname is something attribute. Attribute here we have not written, at the rate is not there, so we are not tracking any attribute. User means to that element, inside that element how many elements are there, those many elements it will retrieve. So inside this user we have only lname, so that is the reason this lname will be displayed. That is what the fourth section is. Now coming to fifth. Is that okay? Are you able to understand? You're able to understand? You guys are able
Yes.
to understand, right? I'm explaining why, because this Excel sheet will be given to you. No worries. Don't think much. Excel sheet as well as workspaces of DataView will be given. DataView is such a language, like if we are goes also explaining also, no, what are the tricks, what are the tricks are there, what are the main things we have to remember, that you have to, that you should keep it in your mind. Okay, that is the only thing. Now, next, only attribute value. So some target systems, when we are mapping from source to target, those people, oh, like while I am mapping, only attribute value needs to be tracked. Then how you will be tracking? It is very simple. Root element dot payload is something like, yes, it is a normal terminology. From payload only we will be taking, right? Payload dot user. So till user you will be getting. If I am payload dot user means lname we will get, but I need fname. Fname is something attribute. So at the rate fname, then you will be getting k. Okay, the only attribute values if you want to track, this is the way. And here something like, okay, these attributes values you want to convert into an element. So whatever here fname is there, this is an attribute and this is something like element. But you want to keep the attribute value also in the form of element. In the form of element you want to convert. Then in that case, Yes, fname you can track it like at the, as we discussed above, at the rate is the plays a role for tracking at the rate. So that at the rate value you will take, that attribute you will be tracking in your fname. So it is normally like element in the output. In the under fname you will get k, under lname you will get the element value. So the how you can able to track, that is important over here. That is what we have to understand. Okay, this is about sixth session. Now coming to this session, seventh wala, it is very important. Now seventh is like almost like multiple records are there. Okay, let me explain this. I'll explain this. Let me copy this. Why it is not copying? Okay, let me copy this. Now let me take it as a JSON. Even I feel very comfort with this, seriously. Okay, what happened? Something is missing. Departure. Okay, one record. Array inside array is there. Here one array, some brace is missing. Right. One brace got missed. So if anything is there in the payload, try to correct it. Okay, wantedly might be I have kept for whether people guys are identifying or not. Okay, so keenly observe here. So this is one array. This is one array for the details of flight, and inside that array for again the plane another array is there. Right, another array is there. Array inside array. So one, but each object is something like one object and second object. Right, that is what the input is. Now we are trying to use the requirement like everything needs to be converted into an XML with the root element data, and only they want to track only destination they want to track. Then in that case how you will, along with this destination, they want one more customized element called hub. Okay, this hub value is not there here. Here hub value, that element is not there over here. Right, element is not there. Coming to, yes Puja, for your sake you worked in SOVA, right? So normally in transformation, see, we will be creating like XSD, source XSDs and target XSDs, but we don't have any capability to insert any customized element. Am I right? We can able to create variables, we can able to create everything, but we cannot create element. Why? Because if any element we want to add, what we will be doing, we will be adding in the XSD. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right. We have to
Definitely in
validate
the
that against SSD.
XSD. But here the provision with the MuleSoft is like even element also we can insert directly. That is what this case is. So hub is not there. Hub is a like customized element. So sometimes what happens in the target system, people want some customized elements and some hard coded values they want to insert. So in the case of other technologies, definitely we have to validate against XSD, and we have to add, and we have to send. But in the MuleSoft, it is not like any customized element with our own risk. We can add it, it will go. Okay, it will not restrict. That is what the meaning is. And just I need some destination value. Yeah, you can do that. It is a normal plain thing only. The second line indicates it is plain. That is, everybody knows it. As it is multiple records, so we are keeping a 0. That means first destination you are taking. Right? Yeah. So let me add this now. Now, if this is the case, how? Fine, let me delete this. Yes, data is a root element, hub is something like customized element, and destination for first root, for first record as the value of destination is SFO, that it is already tracked, and hub is like customized element we have added ourselves. Nobody is there to validate here, either in XML. If the input is XML also, we won't mind, we can add it, okay. If it is I want to convert into an XML, then see, directly one element we are adding over here. Customer element according for my like out of business requirement, we can add any customized element in MuleSoft. That is the 7th case. Now coming to case this one. So yes, if it is payload, we know it now. Now what? Sometimes people are interested to do some Java. So sometimes why? Because especially when Java will be used, we know it. Java will be used only when target systems are like database. If it is like databases, definitely when we are inserting our bulk insert, whatever we are doing the insertions, that we are converting into Java only, right? So yes, if any requirement is there on Java, yeah, we can do that. So under data, we are tracking the whole payload, and it will be converted into a Java like integer and everything. Okay, so yes, for this only, if I keep like Java, yes, it is very simple. Java, for Java, this is how it will be. See, everything will be, see, for this case, if at all I'm converting into this thing, the root element will be like, it becomes like a equals to, and everything, each and every element will be stored in the form of key value pairs. So that is the reason I'm saying data view is not that much easy. See, if I'm writing anything, the output estimation is also very tricky, we have to practice a lot. See, even this output will come, even I am also like, even though this many years experience, I will trial and error. Even today also I'll do like trial and error only. Sometimes everything will not be knowing for everyone, right? So yes, if any key value pairs is required, is the requirement in your project, yes, this is how you can be doing it. This is one case. Another case is like, normally inside data you want to save your payload, then how it will be like, see, data is equals to, you should not forget, when it is Java, whatever the element here it is there, that element becomes like a variable value. Just like, I mean, variable value in the sense, for your understanding, I'm saying like a variable. Normally what we will do, variable v is variable a is equals to 10, variable b is equals to 20, like that we will assign, right? In the same way, when you are converting in data view, what happens is like the root element becomes like a designee and designee, and under that the whole payload will be saved. See, data is equals to this much. So in your requirement, if your client is demanding the data to be sent in this way, yes, this is the way, this is how you can be doing it. This is about that one. And coming to 10th one, XML, the same thing. Root element inside root element. Now only test I have added. The only thing is like test. So in this case, what happens? See, if it is Java, it is becoming like equals to. But if it is XML, definitely there is some difference, right? There will be some difference. The difference is, see, test is equals to, so any root element will be changing as equals to, if at all it is Java. Uh, okay, if it is XML, then it will be different. See, if it is XML, under test is like a very root element. Inside root element, one more root element called data. Element inside element. So for example, like yesterday we have done employees inside employees. So for that, definitely we have to keep our brain, we have to exercise it, we have to do it. So normally nobody can able to, like, on lips cannot say, nobody cannot say anything. Data view is, it requires like practice. Okay, output we cannot test with. So most of the people will miss the marks in data view only, as far as I know. The same case, see, here also the same case. Here, by seeing the logic itself, you have to understand data is root element. Under the root element, we have one element called hub, right? Again element inside element, again flight will become like a root element, sub root element, and inside that we are tracking the code. The output will be like this. See, if it is multiple, so in few cases, in few clients, what they will do is like, they need only the hub from where the flights are leaving, the hub name. So the hub name we can track it like this, MUA. From the MUA hub, how many flights are leaving, that their codes I need. Then for that you have to track in this way. Okay, MUA is the unit. The output, if you observe, see, this is the hub name, and all these are the file clones which are leaving from here. So if the requirement is like this, then you have to write the code in this way. So definitely this comes like practicing only. You should know where to keep a brace, where to close a brace. You're getting my point, right? You're getting it, right? Yes. So again, coming to the next point. In the real time, most of the time, always like payload dot, payload dot, payload dot, people will not be using it. Okay. They will be using like lambdas. Okay, lambda function they will use. What is this lambda indicates? One single lambda indicates index value. Double lambda indicates index. So if you want to retrieve any value instead of payload dot, you can keep lambda dot. Lambda dot. If you need index, so like it is like zeroth record, first record, or second record, in other terminology I could say like counter or index value you want, dollar you need to keep. So in most of your real-time projects you will be seeing the code in the form of lambda and lambda only. Don't confuse by seeing it. Lambda indicates value, lambda indicates index. Okay, so let me like take this. Right, I don't think here it may work, but yes, why? Because it depends on versions, but definitely you can try. Okay, so each record is converted into one element. See, yesterday we struggled to like employees under employee, right? Yesterday we came. So instead of test, if you are keeping employees, this is employee enough. See, under employees, yesterday we struggled, right? Yesterday when we are converting, the payload was not in the right format for conversion. We thought like I will be discussing next time, right? This is what for employees, this is the root element, and inside root element, one more element, that payload. So each and every record will be like element inside element. Okay. See, normally in our vision, what we will think, employees braces means root element. Again, employees, some people will keep like again one more brace, which is wrong. That is what syntactical mistakes. If I keep one more, see, that is wrong. So we should know it. This comes with practice only here. Nothing, we can't do anything. Okay. So array inside like a root element inside elements. This is how we can it can be written. And coming to our lambda and lambda function, we will try to see map function. Map is nothing but map is nothing but we know it. It is just acts like a for loop, right? It acts like a for loop. So let me keep that in this way, and let me, sometimes this browser will not able to understand dollar in normally in Anypoint Studio only we will be doing it. Sometimes it may not understand. I'm not sure why, what is the problem with this playground, but yes, yeah, it worked here. At least you are lucky, but sometimes really doesn't work. Most of the time it irritates us. So if you are also feeling the same thing, you don't do anything, close your tab, open a new browser, and yeah, just it is a playground, right? So just open the another tab and try to execute it. Okay. Yes. So see, this is map operator. Map is like a for loop. Here I have multiple records, right? First record, second record, third record. And first record index is 0. Second record index is 1. Third index record is 0, 1, 2. Right? This lambda indicates what? Index. Lambda indicates 0. And dollar, as I said, always like keeping payload, people are not interested. Real time people especially, they are very much lazy. They will not use the whole paths. They will try to reduce, they will try to follow a very good standards. Among that, this lambda, using lambda is a like basic thing. Most of the time they will use this only. Okay. Yeah, lambda.name is it is nothing but payload.name. Payload is nothing but here for first wala it is something Malik K, Mahesh K, Malik K. So this is how. But don't be panic by seeing those lambdas. Okay, that is the purpose of lambdas.
Nitya,
Okay.
in that example, if we convert it to XML, then can you go back to that data view?
Yeah, you can do your exercise, no problem. But root elements are required.
Root
See,
element
when
we
you
need
are
to add.
going there, root elements you have to keep before payload, root elements and everything that we have to explore. The focus is on lambda and lambda. When you're working on that, definitely first you have to focus on your loop. First you have to focus on your root element, and then you have to focus on your loop. Okay, step by step. As it increases, then you will come to know practice. Like take some small examples and just come up with few things. Okay. See, and here is the one. Here is again the map. Map is like only like plain function we will be using, right? And if any braces are used, so instead of normally, so most of the people will be confusing like, okay, only payload we have to use. It is not like that. Inside map parameters can be anything, but that we have to use it in the code. Okay, so see, these things normally we have seen lot of map operators when we are executing like multiple records. You might have seen it, right? So inside these map operators, two things. One is index and another thing is object. So instead of object, if you are using your name also, it works. Keep your name wherever you are using. With that only you try to call. Okay, so even this is silly thing, but actually what happens is like especially people who are not aware in the certifications, when they are seeing like this, they have practiced with payload dot, right? They will be under that vision only. The fact is like whatever you are using this with that object, you can call the object is nothing but the payload only. It is holding this value. Object dot, if whatever you want to retrieve, you can retrieve it. And sometimes what happens is like index also is required by target system. Most of the people will say, hey, whatever the sequence of employees you are getting, sequence of records you are getting, please try to send that sequence. This is the requirement case. Sequence means what? One after another. So in the loop, how you will be achieving it, right? You will be keeping, your business case is the order in which they have received, the same order it has to go in the output. How we can do that? So first we have to track, hey, this is first record data, this is second record data, this is third record data. So here it indicates, see, this is user. Under this user, this fellow is first fellow, his details are this user is second user, this detail, that fellow's details are this. So in a sequence order if you want. So I think in SOA this cannot be done directly, like sequence or index plus one, something we will be writing with functions. But here that is not the case. Directly we can keep our index. Okay. So if that is the case, that is how we will be working. Okay. So and some spaces as well. See, some people map only using map operator we have seen, map with parameters we have seen, map with lambda. If at all you are using this, then what is going to happen? If I'm keeping lambda, what is going to happen? Right? So let me give this. Okay. Nothing I'm doing. I'm just removing it. Lambda. What lambda indicates what? Index. That we know, that basic concept we already know it. Indexes if you want. If you want only index, yes, map after lambda. If you will get only index values, you will be getting it. Okay, see, these are some free we have used in our project. So like like the one which are slightly different, I have tracked it, and I have tracked that in an Excel, and I'm just giving it. So these are like frequent things which we have used. Okay, and each index I want to track it in one element. If that is the case, yes, you can do that. this is this is how you will be doing. You know, the problem here is, see, if any business case is thrown on our face and it is our responsibility to implement, means by hook or by googling something we will be achieving the task. The problem is that in examination, if they are giving like this, it is difficult to identify what you are going to get. Okay, that comes with practice only. Okay, so each and every so you are running a loop on multiple records, and for each record, if your case is like each index you have to track it in one element, then this is how you will be doing it. Okay, most of the time JSON only we will be playing like anything. Okay, so these are some conversions which we have seen in the Excel. Okay, now you tell me, so only conversions is the only thing that this fellow is going to do? Only 1 minute, let me open our this thing. So now we got a question. Now only conversions is the only thing the data we will be doing? The answer is no. Definitely no. It has many things. It can do many things. Okay. Not only, even, let me share my screen. Even like if conditions, arithmetic operations, date functions, what not, variables declaration, functions, anything, customized functions, inbuilt functions, anything we can do with the data view. We can say like data view is core heart. Okay, it is not only like slash XML, slash JSON, slash Java, slash text, slash plain text. It is not only like for format conversion, but for the elements which are required, we can write anything, conditions we can write. Example for that is, let me showcase it. See, variable declaration already, if condition. This is if condition. So you have a requirement in such a way that you have to check some condition and you have to populate the element. You have to populate the elements by checking the condition. The thing is like, I have to check if country is USA, then I want to populate two elements called country and city. Else I want to populate something else, something different. So even the plain, the focus is even the plain if conditions also we can write. Okay, if your requirements forces this, then this is the syntax how you will be writing. Okay, you can declare your, here in this case we have declared your variables, and I am trying to use those variables, and I'm checking the condition. Now the thing is like, till now we have seen the data view playground. Now coming to our Anypoint Studio, here also we can alone, we can keep one transform message, we can test it, we can write our logic, we can define. Why? Because if you want input to this, here you have the concept of metadata, which we have already discussed, right? If the input is like XML or JSON, you have defined the metadata. That metadata will be there, and if any mapping you want to do, yes, you can do that. So only alone in transformation you can keep on transform activity, and whatever the logic here you have written, whether it is correct or wrong, we can check by clicking on preview. If you are checking on preview, see here preview also in three ways you can keep. Three tabs if you want. Three tabs in the sense, one is source tab, this is like logic tab, and the execution tab. Three tabs. If you want only two tabs, then this and output will be seen. If you want only one tab will be there. But the good thing is like, select three tabs only. First wala only you can select, then only it will be good. Okay, it will be good, like we can see all the three, what is the input, what is the logic we have written, and what is the output. Three tabs you can use. This is first part, second part, third part. If you are selecting only two windows, only logic thing, this thing will appear. So it depends on the on the view which you will be selected. My suggestion is like go for 3 only: source, logic, output. 3 at a time you can see it. Okay. Yes. If my country is UK, see in this case it executed else part. Why it is executed else part? Why? Because country it has already checked USA, but in my country value here is UK. So it went to it, it has verified this condition. It was not satisfied. It went to else, and it has populated this too. If I keep like USA, then what is going to happen? Yes, it executes. This executes. It will go to this if condition and it will execute thing. Okay. So when you are comparing anything, if syntax we know it from childhood we are learning. It is equals to only. Either in SOA it is equals to, either in Java it is equals to, in MuleSoft also equals to. So string that string wala does not change. If you are comparing any integers, yes, only one single equals to will be there. If any other strings, then if it is strings, 2 equals to or 1 equals to. This is about if else. Now the condition goes. Now agar one more question raises. Can't we use multiple if else conditions? Yes, happily we can use. The example for that is the same thing, the same variables I have taken. If condition will be first. The only worst thing with this is the syntactically if you write anything also it will not give the proper error message, it will not give. So plainly with hand we will be writing this if and if else. So that is bit tricky while you are writing conditions. Okay. And when condition, those conditions will not be available. Okay. Only if else we can use any number of times. So most of the people will be using the when choice router, that will be in SOA and OSBs we will be using, but not here. Here is like if conditions we will be if and if else is the only thing which we will be applying in the database. That is one thing. In your certifications or somewhere else, if they are giving like when choice or like that, it is not valid. Okay, remember that point. Fine. So if the country is India, populate this. If else if it is USA, populate this. Otherwise, you can populate. You can go for else condition. You can have any number of else if in between if and else. See, this is Java conditions only, nothing new over here. Okay. See, in Java also the same thing, right? If can be there without, if cannot be there without else, right? If you are using else if, any number of else if in between if and else, you can use any number of. See, again, one more else if I want to add, yes, you can happily add it. Okay. Are you clear on this part? Are you guys clear?
Yes, we cannot use choice and when you
No,
said, right?
when,
If else
yeah,
if
see,
we can.
you know so I know so yeah. We are very much like we will be thinking broad, right? Yes, those things are not applicable here. When is there in Mule 3, not in Mule 4. There if was not, if will not work in 3, Mule 3. Okay. So it just like people 0, 1.0 and 2.0. 2.0 and 2.2, I guess. If you remember, right? Few things, modifications. Between Mule 3 and Mule 4, the thing is like there when Mule is there with 3 but not with 4. In place of that, they have introduced if else. Okay, is that fine? Now we have a see. This is at high level. See, if you want to populate elements, see, if this is the condition, I want to populate 2 elements. Here I have added 2 elements. If not like 30 elements, also you can do that. That is not a problem. We can do that. We will be getting a doubt. See, if it is like at field level, then what is the case? Field level in the sense I have currency, I have city, but I want to apply conditions only on currency, but not only on currency, only some few conditions I want to apply. Then in that case, how is it? At field level conditions, how we can apply? So if that is the case, yes, you can apply. So for currency, you are checking. If my country is India, populate ISD. Else if it is USA, populate USD. Else populate none. So for single element, field level, one to one field, if you want to apply any if conditions, yes, you can apply if else, else part you can apply any number of times. Nobody will excuse you. So the format and the syntax for it is, see, this is the condition, populate this. the beside wala, that hard coded value. See, this is hard coded value. I am keeping in quotations. If you want to populate anything that is coming from the payload, it is nothing but payload.isd you will keep, and that value it will sit over here. Okay, and the same case with city. City also the same case. Okay, at field levels verification. Okay, this is how we will be doing with conditions. Are you guys clear on this? Hope you are clear. Right now, you're clear, right? Let me, I will be moving it. See, don't think
Yes.
much on this. I will be sharing these workspaces. Keep these workspaces, look at the syntax. Okay, how it will be. If any doubts, like nobody will remember these many syntaxes. But definitely, if you are writing exam, you don't have any other option, right? Think with, that's all. In real time, this syntax we will search in Google and we will get it, right? Yeah. Now data cohesion. Data cohesion means what? Data cohesion is nothing but, yes, if you are like from the source system, you are getting few values. In that elements, you may have values or you may not have values. Okay. First time is equals to Nitya. Nitya can be there, Nitya cannot be there. If a source system is not sending the value as Nitya, but the element is coming, and I am mapping, I am in my mapper, if at all I am using, if I am mapping it, definitely that error will raise. Okay, so the simple thing is like I'm using up to here, I am using up to here only employee dot name, but that name value I have mapped here. The thing is that name value is not coming from the source side. Then what happens? This transformation will fail. So if anything, if I don't think you have the idea of mandatory fields and optional fields. When you are working with, when you are doing any mapping, mandatory fields will be there, optional fields will be there. Mandatory fields, definitely the source system will send the values, and if at all you are mapping, if you keep it as string or default values, if you keep on, if you will not keep also, the value will definitely come, we will map it, no issue with the mapper. You have to think broad on optional elements. Optional elements is like optional, they may come, they may not come, but in your mapping, in your mapping sheet it was there to map. Then what you will be doing, you will be mapping it. If at all the value is not coming from the front end, definitely this transformation here only it will fail, it will not move to, it will not move the data to target system. So for that, to avoid that, what we have to do, we have to keep conversions in the sense, okay, if at all it is coming string, keep it as a string. Hey, whatever the element is coming, please convert into a string. If the value is coming, please map that value, otherwise take the default value as null. So if it is string, we will be keeping it as null, or any default values if your business is demanding, if they want to keep like some default value like Craig or Greg, if they want to keep, yes, in quotations you specify that value, otherwise just leave it like a null value. If at all it is numbers, then yes, if any number is coming, map it. If it no, if that is not coming, keep it as 0. That is what the conversions is. If it is boolean, see, most of the time we will play with these three only, either string or number or boolean. Here also the same case. You define whatever the thing is coming from the front end. Here, see, that's true. Whatever it is coming, the true value, map it as a boolean. Otherwise, keep the default value as false. So these conversions, we will be saying it as Korean in MuleSoft. In normal technologies, it is like typecasting. In Java, we will be saying like typecasting. Typecasting in the sense from one format to another format, it is converting. If at all the number is coming from the front end, they're sending 2 as a number from the front end, but I need it as a string. Then what you will be doing, you will specify as, okay, you will map first and you will just specify instead of number or string, you will specify. That means whatever the format you want, that format conversion you will be doing by keeping as. Okay. This is about cohesion. And coming to data types. Data types already we have discussed, but data types, it is like different. Don't think like, yeah, let me enlarge it. Don't think like variables can be only single numbers. Okay, so variable means what we know. We will think like, hey, variable is nothing but only like variable is equals to Nitya, number is equals to 30. So not only 30, we can declare any type of variable, any type of numbers we can declare, strings we can declare, array we can declare, object we can declare, object list we can declare. Okay, the variables can be any type. It could be any type. Variable can be a list, we can keep it, array we can keep it, object we can keep it. Now what is the difference between array? Array is nothing but square braces will be there separated by comma value. Object is nothing but it will be in the form of just like JSON, and flower braces will be there. Inside that elements you will be declaring it. A list is what? A list of objects. List is nothing but list of objects. This is one object. This is one object. So list is nothing but list of objects. Okay, now I will be performing some basic operations. So on numbers, definitely we know that arithmetic operations we can perform. So as I discussed, plus indicates addition, minus indicates subtraction, this indicates multiplication, slash indicates division. So these operators can be applied only on integers. I have not kept in double quotations, so that indicates like it is an integer. So we are fair enough with that. So if I see my preview, so what is gonna my preview indicates? See, so for arithmetic operations I have done. Don't focus on this. Don't focus others. Just focus on what I'm explaining. Just focus on arithmetic operations. So I have kept one element, arithmetic operations, to track only mathematical operations. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and comparator operators. Operators in the MuleSoft, we have comparator operators as well. In the database, we can use double quotations whether to check whether these two numbers are same or not. Which number is less, greater than, less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to. So these variables already I have declared at the top. I'm just comparing, I'm just checking whether it is like whether it is equals to, greater than, less than. All those operators I can apply even in MuleSoft. So that is the reason these comparator operators always gives boolean as a result. So yes, if it is the condition is satisfied, it gives true. Condition is not satisfied, it gives false. That is the reason you could see comparator operators only in the form of booleans. Now coming to plus plus concatenation. How you can apply concatenation? So in other technologies, concatenation is only in between strings. Only strings can be concatenated. But the favor with the very good thing with the MuleSoft is like the comparator operator can be applied on strings, can be applied on object, can be applied on array list, can be applied on the list. That is a good thing. See, full name, first name and first name with the space difference I'm giving. Now coming to these operators, full name is nothing but first name, second name is first name is Mule, second name is MuleSoft at my variables, right? Variables at the variables, these are all the two are the strings I have concatenated. Okay, now I want to one array, I want to add one more element. So in other technologies, you will be doing dash, 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 many things. But in MuleSoft, yes, this comparator operator, happily you can apply it. So you can append this value. In Java, actually, some methods are there, right? If I remember, methods are there. Add element at like that. In Java, methods are there. But here directly we can use the comparator. We can use this plus plus operator and we can add it. So I have added here. So that is the reason to this array, whatever the array I have at the top, Nitya, Sri, Mule is there. Only 3 elements are there. After adding, I could see ESB as well, right? This is the one, right? This is the one. This is the one which I have done. So this got whatever I have added, that got added over here to this array list. If you observe the array list after Mule, you could able to see this ESB. So that comparator operator can be applied on array list. In the same case, to the object also we can add. So that is the reason the naming convention I have given as EMP object add. So yes, salary we have added to the object. Object only till A it was there. Now we have added salary as well directly with concatenation value. Array list also one in the EMP list. For object list also we can add the whole object. the object will be added. To the existing thing, whatever the EMP list it is at the top, to that this value will be added. And the same thing implies with minus minus operators as well. These are yes, few things which we have to focus. Why? Because in other technologies this much freely we cannot add, but in MuleSoft it is feasible. That is what the highlight is. Okay, you got the thing, right? You got the things. Now operators we have used. The same thing. Yes, how we have used the variables already, this we have discussed. Normal variables in the in our palette, in our playground we have discussed. Yes, here also from the object we can get the values as well. See, EMP is one object. EMP is one object. From the EMP object I need only ID. Yes, you can retrieve it. You can get in this way. Use the variable name, keep the dot, whatever the element value you need it, use it. You just keep the dot and you can track it. Okay, so this is about data types, variables, conversions, conditions, and basic conversions. Basic conversions is it is normally we have used. So if at all if you want to convert into an XML, ensure your root element should be there. If at all if you want to convert into a CSV, yes, keep /CSV, and as it is in the form of CSV it is converting, it is better to keep your header as 0, header as true, so that it indicates it contains header in the sense this column names will come, column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay, if you see the preview, yes, here you can see it. Yes, see, under column 0 one value will sit, column 2 K will sit, column 3 Nitya will sit, column 2 this will sit, column 3 this will sit. So just you are dividing definitely in the when you are converting into a CSV, it is nothing but Excel sheet. In the Excel sheet without that first row, you cannot track the details, right? So for tracking that, you are saying hey, my CSV contains header and that header should be there. You can say that by keeping header is equal to true. Okay, this is JSON to take some JSON file, try to convert it into a CSV, try to write it as a file. That gives a lot of confidence on you. And coming to attributes, already we have discussed how the attributes can be retrieved. If it is multiple records, some example I have taken. See, don't bother about this book. This book will be there in resources. Everything are there. Examples, everything are there. Okay, see, this book is an example. So I have created one metadata and I have just mapped it. So as it is containing, if I open this books.xml, you could see many elements will be there. These are multiple records. These multiple records, how I have mapped that you try to see it. If multiple records are there, yes. So my where is that book? Catalog is my root element. So that is the reason catalog I have taken map catalog dot book dot star book means what? Why? Because so many books are there, multiple books are there, so that is the reason. Beside my thing, where is it gone? Where is it? Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Oh, yes, attributes. See, that is the reason payload dot in under my payload catalog is there. Under catalog multiple books are there, so that is the reason I have kept book. And I will be keeping map is the operator, and in the inside map operator you are defining. See, this could be anything, as I said, this could be anything, and this is a good example to keep your $. So instead of book you can keep $, and you can just play with that. So multiple records will be converted into a JSON. If I see the preview, yes, it is there. Okay, it is coming. Let me it is coming. It has converted. I am keeping attributes as elements, which I have discussed just before today, right? That is a thing. JSON to XML. See, XML attributes to JSON. JSON to XML. This is reverse. So every format I have tracked for you guys. Okay, try to see. Okay, XML. This is nothing but XML to XML conversion. Okay, so if this is the value, this is how you will be using, and your preview will be this. See how many examples if we speak on data view also, that is less only. Think through it, practice it. So take some your own examples and do that. Then it will be like good understanding will come. Okay, this will come. Take some example. Keep this thing. Observe the output. Then you will come to know. Okay, this is also XML format only. See my payload. Observe my payload. My payload is data. Under data, these many elements are there. Okay. Now I want to convert into an XML. We know like catalog is the root element. Okay. Payload and for data I am looping. Why? Because I will be getting multiple records over here. I am mapping it. I am mapping it and tracking the output. See how it is converted. As I said, catalog is the one thing. For books, I have looped it. I have looped for each and every book, and I am mapping these values to them. So these dots already we have discussed. Data, these things, normal mapping only. Simple, long story short, catalog is the root element. Books are multiple records. For looping multiple records, we kept payload. That's all. We kept map. Sorry, we kept map. But root element from the input is data is there. So that is inside payload we have data. So that is the reason. So indirectly what I'm saying is like don't blindly loop on payload. Okay, don't blindly see the repeated element, which one is repeating. On the top of it, you have to keep your map operator. That is the focus. Okay. Are you clear on these conversions? I think we have discussed a lot and it's a good session,
Madam,
right?
once explain it how to give the input and output. You are
Hey,
already
it is very simple, na? Arey yaar,
once
you're
explain it. Please.
yeah. Okay, let me. It's a very basic question you are asking. Metadata, how many times you have created? Ah, tell me. Where I have recorded. Okay, let me close this. I don't want to disturb this. Okay. How to create input in the sense, see, this is there na. Go to your project. Okay. Let me explain here only. దీని అర్థం మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయట్లేదు. Your guys are not practicing. You're just listening the classes and just you're leaving it. That is what I understood. For loop is there, batch loop is there, error handling is there. Why can't you do so? Why can't you create your own POCs? So when we are converting from one format to another format, definitely you need metadata, right? So this is metadata. ఇది మెటాడేటా. ఈ మెటాడేటా మీరు తీసుకోండి. విచ్ వన్ యూ వాంట్ యాడ్ ఇట్. మీ ఇన్పుట్ ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఫైల్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఈ ఫైల్స్ XML ఇస్ దేర్, సింగిల్ JSON ఇస్ దేర్. ఫస్ట్ సేవ్ దట్ వన్ ఇన్ యువర్ థింగ్. గివ్ సమ్ టెస్ట్ అనేది ఇవ్వండి. క్రియేట్ టైప్. సో విచ్ ఫైల్ యు ఆర్ బ్రౌజింగ్, మీరు ఏ ఫైల్ బ్రౌజ్ చేస్తున్నారో అది సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. JSON XML ఏంటి, ఏం ఫైల్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ JSON, చెక్ JSON. Example you will be browsing. Why? Because many times you will be have that example only. బ్రౌజ్ చేయండి. ఏదైతే మీరు ఇక్కడ సేవ్ చేసుకుంటారో ఈ డేటాది ఏదైతే ఉందో that you can browse it. ఇప్పుడు JSON ఫైల్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ నాకు emp.xml. ఈ JSON ఫైల్ ఇలా బ్రౌజ్ చేసుకోండి. ఆ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏదైతే ఉందో బ్రౌజ్ ఇట్. యూ విల్ గెట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్, రైట్. యువర్ టెస్ట్ అనేది వచ్చింది. సెలెక్ట్ చేయండి. Now you will get metadata. Same thing with target, also the same case. In which form you want to convert, take that metadata, try to map it. This is how you will be getting this. I'm not understanding. See, for everything without metadata, that there is no, we can't do anything, first of all. Right? Okay, fine. Okay. So this is how. And tomorrow also the class will be there. Few more important things on data weave that I'm going to cover tomorrow along with best practices. Okay. If possible, real-time walkthrough,
Okay.
I'll try it. Okay.
Okay, Nitya.
Yeah. So any queries, any questions? Navya, you are not practicing. That is what I understood. Hmm? See, don't only listen
Ashita,
classes.
no, no, no.
And
No, actually, Ashita didn't get doubt, but I asking.
see, listening,
Yesterday she,
yeah,
yesterday
listening, we
she
can
is not
listen many
attending
things.
class. No,
Okay.
no, no. I am
No,
practicing
no.
on that file
Create
conversation
your own
viewing
POCs.
the metadata. File conversation is
See,
using the metadata format, you know.
no, see, here in this data, we've only so many conversions we have done. Take some POCs. Take one flow. Convert like one JSON to CSV, you can try it. Right? Flat file we have tried. CSV transformation already it is there. How you have to write? Okay. Those things, how
CS,
that is how the doubts will come.
you are say XML format to JSON format only. I am practice on CSV
Puja,
to
have I
JSON,
not
JSON
explained
to
to CSV now?
No, you are not
I'm
explaining
asking,
CSV files to
Mm,
what is this transformation? File writing, you know it.
transformation.
File
That
Yes.
writing
is what the
we
transformation will be used, right? That is what
Yeah.
concepts you have to correlate. You have to correlate concepts. That is how you have to correlate your concepts. You are reading when CSV is read, any CSV file. See, normal file reading, .json you will keep. .csv file you will keep and you will read it. When you are reading CSV
Yes.
file, how the transformation should be, that I have explained just now, right? And writing is same. .csv or .json, whatever you are writing, ending part you will be doing it, right?
Yeah. We are CSV files bulk inserting also. We are using the format.
Don't go till there. Write some basic thing first. See, concepts individually people will explain, and it is your responsibility to combine them.
Okay.
Okay. So in this data weave, everything I have given independently, individually I have explained. But in the when it comes to real time, all these combinations will be there. All these combinations they will create one big transfer data view file. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I will complete that, and if possible, I'll try to take it real time. But real time, I'm not sure. Tomorrow that I'll just confirm. Let me try for today. I got very angry, but anyhow, I I will not spoil. So I will not spoil you. The people will be joining for real time only. I'll try my best, but give me some time. Okay, at least for this. Are you people are there or not?
yeah, Nitya.
Yeah, I'll try my best. Allow me some time for real time if you really want. Otherwise, specifically, if you ask like technology, yes, it has been completed by tomorrow. Don't say that I have not completed it. Real time is our out of interest. The people who want to see. Okay, allow me some time. If tomorrow it permits, definitely. Otherwise, wait for my thing. Okay, got it?
Yeah, sure, Nitya.
Yeah. Okay, these
Nitya,
files I will ensure like I will be sharing with you guys. Okay, already it has been shared yesterday. Let me speak with my thing, and today anyhow by today EOD I will ensure like you will be reaching these files, especially this XML as well as these workspaces. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Nitya,
Hmm. Yes.
uh, Nitya, after this classes, everything, can we contact you like if we have any doubt, anything regarding?
The sessions are recording here. Don't ask the such type of questions when recording.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Ideally, yes,
okay,
you can, but it is like out of this, right? Okay, we can.
okay.
And you
Sorry.
can ping us, but expect some delay response. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Only for these institutions, these people has given this WhatsApp group. To be frank, others will not give. Okay.
Yes, yes.
That I think you agree. I mean, you might have learned from many institutes, right? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you have
Yeah,
that
yeah.
right. Yeah. Ashita, you know it very well, right?
Yes, yes, Nitya.
You experienced it. Yes, the contacts can be there, but yeah, you just ping me, but might be some delay
Sure.
response, but definitely the response will be reached to you.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. I'll contact tomorrow. Today is very high time. Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Nitya.
Thank you, Nitya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.